So I think there's exactly one or two people who have seen me speak before here. But this is what I always do before I speak. I have to do it. This is so cool. To be up here talking to you, it sucks why we're here. But I got to say, this is what we're called to do, right? We don't have another choice. We're not going to fold up and lay in a corner sucking our thumbs in our beds. Maybe every now and again, but we get right back up and we continue this work. My name is Michele Hein, and I'm from Minnesota, and I'm the proud mom of Angel Tyler Hein, forever 23, and Alexandra, who has given me 3 grandchildren in the last 5 years since she lost her one and only brother to fentanyl poisoning. Tyler was deceived to death when he bought what he thought was a Percocet, just like Holly's situation, thought they were buying an Oxy, but the toxicology report showed 0 perc, 100% fentanyl, could have killed 3 people. Tyler was 4 months into his first attempt at recovery. And for reasons only he and God knows, he bought 1 pill for $20, took it, and died that night. The dealer was convicted of 3rd-degree murder. In Minnesota, that's a frickin' miracle. He was sentenced to 86 months in prison. And in Minnesota, you only serve 2/3 of your felony conviction in custody, and then 1/3 of your sentence in supervised release. So his dealer friend is now out serving the rest of his time on supervised release, unless he screws up and goes back. We are fortunate that our son's killer was prosecuted, convicted, and I know so many who never find justice for their loved one's death, and I'm sorry. Tyler was an amazing human being. He was a fierce protector of everyone he loved and all animals, unless you could eat them. He was an incredible outdoorsman. He loved fishing and hunting and cooking. He cooked almost every meal outside. Music and sports, comedy, yoga, and he was a United States Marine. He loved serving our country, and he was a crash rescue fire specialist. In high school, he was a 3-sport athlete. He played the upright bass in the concert orchestra. He was becoming a yoga instructor when his life was cut short. You don't tell me this guy didn't have talent from here to there. Less than a week before he died, he held a yoga class for his girlfriend and myself at our home lakeside. He was so good at coaching me, who is not a yogi, but still giving Maddie suggestions as she honed her skills. It was incredible. He was such a great teacher, and that memory I hold on to and I think of often. We know that mental health and substance abuse most often go hand in hand. As a parent, I tried, just like you all did, to do everything I could to get Tyler help. Psychologists, psychiatrists, mental health professionals, doctors, neurologists, everyone just told me, you just have an angry young man. As a mom, I knew something was wrong. Until his short stint at Hazelden, where they diagnosed him bipolar, every single doctor had failed him. He even tried to go to the VEA to get help, and when he walked through that door, they handed him a piece of paper that had listed all the things he could not talk to them about. And it was everything he needed to talk to them about. So he turned around and walked out that door. Again, the system failed him. You see, Tyler achieved everything he wanted to in his 23 and a half years, except achieving sobriety and living a healthy, sober life. But we knew unequivocally he was going to make it. He would beat his addiction, but we just didn't understand how sick the disease of addiction is. We didn't understand the hold it gets on you. We hadn't heard of fentanyl until 7 months before he died. I just can't even. I want everyone to know what fentanyl is, and that's why we do what we do. In February of 23, we started the Fentanyl Free Communities Foundation, and we focus on raising awareness and educating the general public on the dangers of fentanyl. We have a policy of arm of our foundation that focuses on legislative issues surrounding the crisis in Minnesota, and we are present at the state capitol during every legislative session. We do concentrate on Minnesota, but we do support all of those organizations who are fighting for all of us at the federal level, like April and all of her team. Round of applause for them, loud round of applause for them. They never stop, and they're doing what we can't do from afar. We need to call on this administration to continue keeping the fentanyl crisis at the forefront of their work. We need our government, okay, here's my pipe dream. We need our government to stop the flow of all illicit substances into our country, but especially fentanyl and carfentanil. We need to call on our government to scan or search every single vehicle coming across our borders through the legal ports of entry. And if they don't have the equipment, or they don't have the personnel, or the funding to do the work, the cars don't come in. Customs and Border Patrol reports that more than 90% of interdicted cartel fentanyl is stopped at ports of entry, where cartels attempt to smuggle it primarily in U.S. citizens' cars. Since this is a fact, every one of us here, and we need to tell everyone in our circles of influence, to contact our state and federal legislators demanding they check every vehicle starting now, or their kids are going to be dead too. I know that every one of us here would exchange all our wonderful friendships we've made through our shared tragedies. To have one more day with our children, moms, dads, sisters, brothers, grandchildren, spouses, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, friends. Unfortunately, we know all too well that'll never happen. So we continue to forge friendships and connections through our pain and educate others by sharing our stories, all in an effort to save lives and to save other families from this unbearable life we now live without the very people we live for. Thank you, everyone, for being here.